So for all intents and purposes, this is the back and this is the front.
And tell us about the picture again.
Okay. The picture is, really the picture comes from a coloring book, and I downloaded it from the internet. And then I traced it onto a piece of cloth. And the cloth has to be a very tight weave muslin. So it's a premium muslin cloth. And then I used the watercolor pencils, and I laid the colored in my picture using the watercolor pencils, and then along with aloe vera gel. And the gel acts like the water, activates the paint, and helps the paint sink into the fabric so it stays. And then after I paint it the way I wanted, I heat set it also, so that should I need to wash it, it will heat set into the fabric. You can do that with crayons too, by the way.
Crayons too?
Mm-hmm. I used to do that when I was a little girl. Well, probably about 12, 13, 14. I would paint pictures on sheets. And then I would take wax paper and put it on top of the painting on my ironing board. And I would then heat set. The crayon would melt. I would also use, what I did is I used another piece of fabric. Laid the painting over a sheet, another piece of sheet, that way. Put a piece of wax paper on it, and then I would iron it. That would melt the wax.
The crayon wax?
Yes, the crayon wax. And it would stain the other sheet, of course. But that would also heat set.
Nice.
And I figured that one out on my own when I was a kid. because I love to play with things. Even if, just to get an idea of what to do. Okay, I don't know why this is not working here. Usually it just heat sets really nice. Okay. Now, turn off my iron, and she's ready to sew. So now I would take this over to the sewing machine, or I can do it even on here if I'd like. But I'm set up over here. All my thread is put away. I have just the bobbin thread, and I don't want to use the bobbin thread. So now I will set up my sewing machine with a lavender thread and go and sew a straight stitch or a fancy stitch, whichever I want to choose to do on my sewing machine, along the edge. And then I make some straps, and this will be.
Are you going to hang it up as a picture, or are you going to put it on a quilt?
No, this is a quilt itself. It's a mini art quilt, is what I call them.
Oh.
This is a quilt.
That's.
Yeah, because it has the binding on it. if I left the binding off, I could put it into a quilt top. But that's not the purpose of this. I use these for my hanging on my door to my studio or my sewing room.
And this is her sewing room. She's got that machine. Her arts and paints over here. And over here, she's got this sewing machine. The one she's going to finish it up. And she's got all this thread. And buttons, knickknacks, necklaces that she's made. And that's her books and jewelry. And on that wall is her fabric. And more fabric. She's got these all folded and measured. And she's got the smaller ones in bins, labeled. More folded, more bins. And more down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shells of fabric. And here's all her extras. This is her mini basket of stuff. And another basket of stuff. Smaller pieces. She's got these. This is the one that she put on the backing. She's got all of these little. She measures them, marks them, and labels it. She calls this her itty bitty basket. There's a basket of ribbons. More quarters in various sizes. She labels all of it. And the trims. And more trims. And these are quilts that she's been going to work on. She hangs them up. This is her jewelry cart. And this is different projects. Got plants over here. Her books. More books. Labeled with her patterns for quilting. More quarters. More plants. More thread. And her cute little doll. And then this, she's going to turn this sweater into a purse because it shrunk. It's wool. And she's got extra jewelry here. And in this closet is stuff for scrapbooking. And another sewing machine there. And her friend gave her this, made this for her, and she put it in a glass case. And these are photos that she made or took.
Paintings, drawings, and photos.
Family. There's Mom and Dad, Nancy and Raymond, Elizabeth, Paul. Is that Uncle Chris? Maria, Earl, Michael. Who's the man in the corner? I don't know.
Stephen.
Stephen.
Cousin Steve.
Cousin Stephen. This painting she made. Another painting she did. I like this one the most. That's my favorite painting.
The girl?
Yes.
I made that when I was much younger. It's an oil painting. That's when I was still oil painting.
Yeah.